Yo, what it do, family? High value basketball. We are back once again with the best basketball commentary on this side of the planet. We are continuing our series with the top 10 players by position. And in this edition, we are doing the power forward position. A lot of issues on this mission today. But yeah, family, let's just hop right into it, man, and get this thing going. So right at number 10, we have Paulo Banquero, Mr. Paulo Banquero, Mr. Get Right His Name, one of those two pronunciations. Man, y'all may not think he belongs on this list, but he does to me. I am going to be a homer, gonna be a stan, got a rep for the home team basketball, Orlando Magic, and yes, for the draftee Paulo Banquero. The dude is showing himself to be legit. He for what it's worth, he is a little bit timid, and I wouldn't even call it timid. It just seems like he plays within the flow of the game, and he doesn't try to force the issue. And so with that mentality, it does give him some nice space here to learn the NBA, to figure out the system, figure out how to execute and attack the basket, and find his spots the right kind of way. And for what I've seen, man, the dude is solid. He is legit. He's definitely a part of these new era power forwards who are more small forwards and shooting guards, just in bigger bodies. So he fits that mold perfectly. I said earlier, he's a new version of Carmelo Anthony. Of course, he's not the scoring maestro that Carmelo Anthony is, but the way that I see him attack on the floor, and just his size, and yeah, he just has that same kind of feel, but he feels more of a in the flow of the offense, more coachable. That's why I call him a 2.0 version, like a new and improved. So he's more streamlined in his execution and a much better teammate version of Carmelo. But shout out to Paulo, man. Definitely see him doing big things in the future. Let's hope he does not become one of those Orlando prospects where they grow out their potential and max out, and then they get traded to another team. Number 9, Mr. Domantas Sabonis himself with the Kings. Crazy that this man is even on the Kings. We all know about the Halliburton trade with Indiana that put him on this squad. But hey, here we go. We find him here, and he is the new leader of the team right there with De'Aaron Fox. He really does not get as much shine as he should because the Kings are terrible. But shine or not, the man can score. Shine or not, the man has good defensive impact. Shine or not, the man can help lead a team. And for what it's worth this coming season, he may have a very big year because the Kings look like they ain't playing around this time. They really have what looks like a semblance of an actual team with actual scores and actual shooters. So with that element on the wing going on, there should be more space for him to operate and continue to do his thing as a more traditional style, closer to the basket power forward. Shout out to Domantas. Number 8, we have Evan Mobley. Evan Mobley with the Cavs has sprung himself and thrust himself into the conversation. As soon as he was drafted, really, this dude has a motor on him, man. A similar vein to Tristan Thompson when he was on the team with LeBron. And, he was that undersized center because he just could just go and go and go. And he was really strong and he could jump higher than what people thought he could. And so that put him at matchup with centers. Evan Mobley has that exact same thing, but he actually gets to play power forward because they've got an actual center on the team, a top 10 center at that. He's on that list. So seeing that he gets to play at a natural position and just abuse other power forwards with his defense and his leaping ability, he gets the nod here at number 8, man. Defensive lives matter. Number 7, JJ3. Mr. Jaren Jackson III with the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, Jaren Jackson could potentially get himself higher on this list, but he has a history of being injured, man. Jaren be getting injured. Don't know what's up with your boy, man. Why you be getting injured, fam? What you be doing? But the dude that can shoot, even though he has an awkward shot, it goes in. The dude can score. He's a fairly good defensive player. His energy and his motor is really high, and his presence is amazing on the court because he helps lift the tide for the Memphis Grizzlies. Shout out to him as the second best player on the team behind Ja Morant. Number 6, Mr. Draymond Punch-Out Green. Shout out to Draymond out here messing up his whole NBA salary stock at the most inopportune time that you need to do so, with him punching Jordan Poole. We know he is a hothead. We know he is, not say a dirty player, but he is a scuffler. And we know that he has paid the price for it more than once. So due to the fact that, of course, that he is a defensive maestro, defensive lives matter, and he basically earns all of his salary doing that and helping being a floor general on both sides of the floor. He does get the nod at number 6. He would be way higher on the list if he actually had any semblance of a jump shot, though. But hey, shout out to Draymond. Most likely will be on another team before season end or next season. Oh well. Number 5, Mr. Pascal Siakam with the Toronto Raptors. Pascal Siakam is somewhat underrated, man. Folks be trying to clown the man because they say he doesn't have a huge bag because he has a somewhat of a scripted spin move. But dag nabbit, what do you expect a power forward to have, man? The dude is a power freaking forward. The dude doesn't have a whole bevy of hezzy pull-up threes and stuff, man. You can't expect that from dudes who should be playing by the rim. But Pascal Siakam has that weird effect because he doesn't have a discernible play style. He plays unlike anybody else in the league. So because he has that and he's not a superstar, it doesn't look like he shows up, or you can't really tell that he's doing anything out there. But then when you check the box score, the dude has put up 25 points. So shout out to the Pascal Siakam effect. He is one of the leaders on this Raptors team. They will be in the playoffs. They will scare the crap out of somebody and probably shock a team and get further than what they probably will, largely due to his contributions. Number 4, Mr. Zion Williamson. Zion Williamson will most likely be higher on the list if he can stay healthy. He's already dealing with an ankle situation, and it does unfortunately seem like there might be writing on the wall that this dude's Hall of Fame potential will be cut short just because the laws of physics cannot be broken, no matter how much you try. But until that moment comes, we are going to thoroughly enjoy the fact that this dude can bend the laws of physics in a way that we have not seen any other player even close to since Charles Barkley, and literally nobody ever. So shout out to Zion, man. If he stays healthy, expect him to be darn near in the race for the scoring title or something. Expect many highlights of people getting dunked on, and expect him to help lift this New Orleans team to the playoffs and be a sneaky Western Conference Finals team again, if healthy. Number 3, Anthony Davis. Same thing with Zion. Injuries and not being on the floor keep this man from being number 1. In a vacuum, in a pure vacuum, all things are good. We're playing 2K mode with injury filter turned off. He's the best power forward in the league. He really is. He's the most versatile. He plays the best defense. When he can be put into the mode, he has that dog in him to just totally destroy you. He really is that guy. But because he doesn't stay healthy and the LeBron diva effect is kind of rubbing off on the man, he does not get a full nod as the best. He gets nodded at number 3. And when I'm talking about the best, people are like, oh, he's better than Giannis. His potential, he could be better than Giannis, but like we say, the diva effect has taken over and he does not try, or for whatever reason, it just doesn't seem like he goes all in anymore like he used to. Number 3 for Anthony Davis. And number 2, Karl Anthony Towns. Karl Anthony Towns, he usurps Anthony Davis because 1, he has more availability on the court, and number 2, he actually is consistent. And again, in a vacuum, Anthony Davis is better than Karl Anthony Towns, but because Karl Anthony Towns can stay on the floor, and because Karl Anthony Towns is one of the unquestioned leaders on his team, and because he just simply has the similar, if not the same presence as Anthony Davis really does, the fact that he can do so without actually disappearing for half the season, we're going to give him the nod. Simple. And at number 1, the unquestioned, undoubted best power forward in the league and arguably the best player, number 1 and number 2 in the league, Mr. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Dun, 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 dun. Shout out to James Harden and Gilbert Arenas saying the man ain't got no skill. Man, being able to execute is a skill. Being able to be available is a skill. Being able to Euro step down them lanes the way he does is a skill. The man is skilled. Don't want to hear it. Shout out to the most dominant player in the NBA as it stands right now. Dude is going to have another consistent year. Probably be another great year, and it'd be so good that nobody even notices because we already expect him to put up crazy numbers and crazy highlights just as is. So we already know Giannis is at the phase where his legacy doesn't even matter in the regular season. It's all about the playoffs. So we're going to make sure we keep an eye out for what they do this coming off season. Hopefully Middleton will be healthy so we can see Giannis be full Giannis and lead his team and further be one of the future faces, if not the current face of the NBA. Shout out to High Value Basketball. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, family. Peace.